Hey everyone, welcome back to Finance on Fire. Today we're going to give you a FIRE member's take on a recent BTC price explosion. Quick disclaimer, not a financial analyst, not a financial advisor, just some guy on YouTube documenting his personal journey. Currently I'm on year 2 of my FIRE journey. Year 1 was last year, 2020. If you want to check out my returns, my portfolio, I'll put some links down below. Yes, I do have crypto, digital currency, BTC, whatever you want to call it. I know FIRE members don't promote this, but I started my crypto investing prior to starting my FIRE journey. I started investing into crypto or digital currency at the end of 2017. I started my FIRE journey last year, so I've been investing into digital assets a little bit longer. Basically, I'm stuck in the middle, and maybe some of you are as well. So what do? Do you rebalance? Do you exit it into safer investments? Ride it till the wheels fall off? Today, we're going to take a deeper look into it. First, let's take a look back at the previous video I did on how much you should invest into crypto. I made this video on December 22nd of 2020, only about 3 months ago. As you can see there, my crypto allocations were 12%, and in the video, I said that I was happy or content with about 10% of my allocations invested towards crypto. However, let's hop over now to what the allocations are today, only 3 months later. Now crypto has jumped to over 22% of my portfolio, an additional 10%. I'm not complaining. What do we do from here? That's the question. Full disclaimer, I have not invested into crypto since I started in 2017. So I did in 2017, and after the dip in 2018, I just held the whole way down, which is a hodl. For those of you who don't know, HODL. I haven't invested any more money, and I haven't invested any more since I made that video as well. I told myself I was okay with 10% being in crypto because I'm on the edgier side of FIRE. I'm on the 100% stock allocation side. To me, diverting 10% of that 100% allocation into crypto didn't feel that much of a scary jump for me. Bonds are seen as a safer bet for when stocks are volatile, kind of like a hedge, right? And crypto is seen as a hedge on money printing or inflation. To me, they're in the same bucket of just hedging against stock volatility. Personally, I don't think BTC is inversely correlated with the stock market. It's more of a hedge against money printing and inflation. Now, this is not an endorsement to get into crypto, start investing in digital currency. Make sure you do your deep dive and your analysis. The question is, what are your numbers? What is your allocation numbers? Please don't FOMO in, fear of missing out. Have a plan, have a number, have a goal. All right, guys, I'm going to swing it over to my monthly P&L for my personal income and expenses. Right now, my savings rate is about 57%. Personally, I would like to get it 70%. That would mean an extra $700 a month into investments to get it to 70%. Currently, here are my investments right now: $800 into a brokerage, $1,500 into a 401k, $500 into a Roth IRA. I'm no longer doing savings and emergency funds. If you want to know why, I did a video reacting to Kevin's Death of the Emergency Fund video. If you haven't seen it, it's really educational. It made me not save into an emergency fund any longer. Check out the video. I'll put the link down below. Now, although in my previous video that I shot in December, I said that I was okay with 10% of my allocations going into crypto, I never put the trigger on it, which for me is pretty sad actually, because from December to now, man, it just blew up, right? Let's not make the same mistake. Let's calculate that here tonight. 10% of my total investments would be about $280. I'm actually going to round that down to $250, and let me explain why. I'm basically going to take the $250 off the top of my brokerage account because that's a taxed account anyways. I'm going to create a new section here called crypto, and oops, spelled that wrong. And I'm going to put $250 there. I'm going to take that off of the brokerage, so that'll be $550. So my investments are exactly the same, $2,800. I'm only taking 10% or round it down to $250 into crypto. All right, what is 250 divided by 2,800? It's only about 9% of my allocations is going towards the digital currencies. 250 is half of $500, and the reason I chose that number is because if you're a traditional investor, you would invest $500 into a Roth IRA, and then from your Roth IRA, you would invest it into stocks, bonds, whatever that may be. So I'm really just trying to make the numbers easy so I can compare it to other stocks in the future. Those are my numbers. Please don't copy my numbers. What are your numbers? What's your life like? How much do you want to invest? Maybe you shouldn't invest at all. You should get your other priorities straight first. As you can see, I have my 401k, my Roth IRA, my brokerage. Lastly, I'm investing into digital assets. All right, guys, let's take a quick look at what would happen if you dollar cost average a total stock index versus BTC, okay? Let's take FCRO. Let's take FCROX, which is Fidelity's total stock market, has 0% management fee. $250 a month for 1 year. Okay, last February to today, February. Let's calculate the results. And you would have invested about $3,250 and your return would have been $4,043. So, just minus your investment with this number and you'll get your profit, which is about $700 something. You take 700 divided by 3,250, which is actually 24%. I did the calculations before. So 24% growth if you invested $250 a month for 1 year straight. Okay. Now let's take that same $250 and go back 1 year from today. Okay. And Coinbase, 5% fees. If you go to Binance, 1.1%. So Binance does have a US platform. So let's calculate that. Okay, so instead of a 24% return on the total stock index, you would have made 297% with BTC. That's a $9,000 profit for you. That's pretty good. Now, past performance does not indicate future success, so take this for whatever it is. Of course, it's easy to buy when it's going up. It's not so easy to buy when it's zigzagging up and down, left and right. Let's see how much a $250 a month from when I started investing in crypto to now would have looked like. So I started at the tail end of 2017. So let's just start in 2018. Let's start January 1st, 2018 to today. Okay, $250 a month for, what is it, 3 years, right? So let's see how much that is. That would have been an investment of $9,500 over the span of 3 years. I would have made a 500% return. Oh wells. My $9,500 would have turned into $48,000. And I would have owned a total of 1.25 Bitcoin. So my average cost would be 9,500, or actually less than that, because 1.25, right? So it would have been a little bit less than 9,000 per Bitcoin, which is not bad considering it's at 47,000 right now. The reason I'm not rebalancing is because I see crypto as the same class as stock. So I'm 100% stock anyway, so I'm just staying into the same class in my mind. Not only is it in the same class, it also has an edge or gives a hedge on inflation and money printing. Hopefully when my kids see this 20, 30 years down the road, I can pay them and give them their allowances in Bitcoin. Another reason I'm not selling is because of Bitcoin halving. I've been through one market cycle so far, and that happened around May 2020 was the first halving. I missed the last one, which is in 2016, and that's why I held all the way down, because I got in 2017 after the halving. And usually a little bit after the halving is when the price goes up and then zigzags and goes down before it goes up again. My personal experience with the Bitcoin cycle was an emotional one because I was not a FIRE Journey member then. Although the crypto enthusiasts talked about the market cycles and how they've been through many of them and just to hold strong, I never knew about that emotional sentiment attached with investments because I haven't been in investments that long. Right after 2017, about 2018, 2019, I started learning about the FIRE Journey. I started learning about market cycles. I started learning about the edge given to FIRE members because they knew how market cycles worked and recovered and would eventually recover. It made me a lot more confident and less emotional in terms of investing money. And because I've invested into the FIRE Journey for the entire last year of 2020, even during the illness that happened and everything went rocketing down, I bought into the storm and my portfolio actually doubled. It grew 100%. Had I known my FIRE Journey skills and applied it back to crypto back in 2017, well, you saw I would have had 500% growth in my portfolio versus just 100% from last year. But that's okay because hindsight is 2020 and we could take what we learned now to apply for the future. If you've been following my FIRE Journey, I have a 10-year goal of retiring, which is around 2029. So Bitcoin is going to have another 2 times during my FIRE Journey. That's going to happen in 2024 and 2028. During those times, it's going to be a roller coaster, up, down, sideways, whatever it is. But historically, just like the FIRE members know that historically the stock market always goes up. Usually after a big depression, a big dip, 2.5 years, maximum 5 years, it goes back up. The same can be said about digital currency. For now, right? We don't have a deep enough historical database. It's only been out since 2009. But through all the cycles the mini cycles that Bitcoin has been through, it's always gone back up. just like the stock market. Unlike the stock market though, it has a 70% to 80% swings. It can go from, 40,000 was 80% of that. It could drop back down 8,000. So if you don't have steady hands and you see your portfolio going from, let's say, 100,000 down to 20,000, an 80% drop, then investing in the crypto is probably not for you because it's more volatile than total stock index. It's harder to manipulate the entire market. It's easier to manipulate one specific digital currency, in this case, BTC. You might have seen it already. Elon Musk bought $1.8 billion worth of Bitcoin for Tesla and his company, and just that alone pushed the price up 20%. That's just an example of how news, or FUD, FUD is fair, urgency, and doubt. And the news media will utilize this a lot to push the price down of BTC, where a lot of other people can buy it up. But if you have steady hands, if you understand dollar cost averaging, and if you are a believer of the space, just continue in dollar cost averaging and see what happens at the end of your investment goal. Right now, Bitcoin's sitting at $47,000. If two more halvings are coming, realistically, they've grown 100% each time. Let's go conservative and just say 100%, right? That would mean that a 90,000 Bitcoin and then a $180,000 Bitcoin is not out of the question. You might think I'm crazy, but you must have seen all the videos out there by Meet Kevin, Stephen Graham, talking about Cathie Woods. Cathie Woods is the leader and the creator of ARK Investments. She's basically Warren Buffett 2.0. She said that a $500,000 Bitcoin is not out of the question. She also predicted when Bitcoin was at $900, that $4,000 Bitcoin was not out of the question, and she hit it dead on. Now, we can't take her words for it alone, so take that for whatever it is. However speculative, I do believe it will reach at least $180,000. Right now, the market cap sitting at underneath $800 billion has a long way to go to catch up to gold or even Forex, right? Forex is the most heavily traded and biggest. How big is Forex? Let's take a look. So the total market cap of gold is 10 trillion. Bitcoin's not even at 1 trillion yet. So some say there's more utilization for Bitcoin than gold, which I also believe. And if gold is sitting at 10 trillion, if Bitcoin catches up even half of that, that would 5x the price, right? Conservatively, if it went up 100% each halving, that would still beat my investments into the total stock market. Here's what I would have done with the income if I did it, invest it into digital currency. Let's just put $250 a month for a length of 9 years, 7% average stock return, right? Let's put in the VTI or FZROX, which is the total stock index, and just have it compound annually, right? If we calculate that, my 27,000 would turn into 35,933 bucks. So let's take 27,000, my initial contribution minus, let's just round it up to 36,000. Divided by 27,000, 33%. Okay, so my total return on my 27,000 if I invested into VTI, FCROX, would be a conservative 33% growth overall on my money, because that dollar cost average all the way in. I didn't do a lump sum of 27,000, right? It took me 9 years. It's going to take me 9 years to reach 27,000. So that's why the 33% growth. That's about 9,000 in profit in 9 years that would be at risk if digital currency or BTC just came crashing down, or like Elon Musk said in my previous video, a solar flare comes and just takes out all electronics and down go crypto with it, right? That's just me. I'm okay with sacrificing a $9,000 gain. Potentially, maybe Bitcoin go down half or down to zero, which would mean a $27,000 loss. Would I be okay with that, or a total of $36,000 loss? And the answer would be yes. Why? Because $36,000 is a lot of money, but a lot of people spend that on leasing a car. There's also ways to stake your cryptocurrency. And there are a few institutions out there that are pretty secure that will give you a good return on your assets. If you guys heard of BlockFi, they're giving around 6% on your BTC holdings, I think 5% on ETH, and about 8% on USDC. I've used them for about a month, and the reason I use them is because Gemini is the custodian of other coins. So it makes me feel a little bit safer. However, do your own research, do your own deep dive. If you want to utilize them or check them out, I'll put the link down below. There you have it, guys. Start of my FIRE journey, year 2, and crypto and digital currency has been injected into my FIRE plan. Whether I like it or not is already part of it. Here's what I'm going to do this next year. Plus, I can change it, right? I could escape with just 3,000 invested in 2021 if, all hell breaks loose and it goes down to zero, and I just go back to regular, boring, old index fund or mutual fund investing. Remember, there's no rule, there's only your plan, and you should adjust and optimize your plan as much as you can. I'm going to start showing my portfolio probably on a monthly basis so that you can see how it grows and what different types of assets are growing. And that way, that will help me keep more on track as well. With that said, if you haven't subscribed or liked this video yet, please do so. It'll help me out tremendously. Share this with some of your crypto enthusiast friends. Share this with some of your FIRE member friends. If they haven't started the FIRE journey yet, I really strongly recommend that as a basic kindergarten level of getting started in investing. I have a what is FIRE video down below. It'll show you the basics of it. Please check it out. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Stay healthy, stay FIRE. I'll catch you on the next one.